Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. So 10 years ago in 2014, in fact in February, when I made a video in a suit that was a little bit too small for me, and that's okay, right? And that was a little mistake, but they edited the video to make it so I look weird, as they did with basically every video. I don't think there's a single video out there of me that they didn't covertly edit the image of in the video and my voice. And so it begs the question, well, who's allowed to look good? And we therefore have to really put an emphasis on not respecting and ruling out people who are either, allowed to look good, right? All super on point as far as the construct goes. Nice suit, nice car, pristine house, nice estate, what have you. And people who are kind of rich nerds who are likely to try to nullify the people who are allowed to look good, whatever you want to call it, look presentable, look sharp or whatever, as far as people are allowed to, because they look like villains and they look like horrible people and so on and so forth, no matter how pretty they look, what have you, because we kind of put into context subconsciously and otherwise, right? So we also have to look at the people, like Vince McMahon, and say, the nerds in the science sector, wherever they might be, politicians, corporate heads, people with money who are trying to, influence and control the process of people assigning respect to people. Lots of money is being put into behavioral psychology, mind control techniques, right? Operating conditioning, what have you. So we have to ask ourselves, who's allowed to look good? Why did that female, for example, allow herself to get all kinds of disgusting things happen to her? I mean, excuse my French for a second here, but they did disgusting sexual acts. Excuse me, they're messing me up with my speech. My brain more and more is deteriorating every day from fumes and poisons. But I proudly proceed. I'd rather be me than anyone else. I'm infinitely greater than Prince Harry, Prince William, than the most decorated scientist or anyone else. Because I stand for righteousness. That's why I put this picture on the screen that says, back in 2014 when I was going to quit making videos, because I had made over 3,000 videos at the time, and people weren't supporting me, people weren't helping me, they weren't rallying to me. I wasn't looking for any money or anything like that. I was looking for people to, spend their time getting the message out, rallying to me, what have you. I mean, if people get the message out, all my concerns in regards to other things are taken care of, right? Society owes me lots and lots of money from gang stalking me. You factor in that they've been doing it for over 40 years. You factor in that I'm the top martial artist and lost wages, and so on and so forth. We're looking at an over $1 billion case. So, I'm not about money anyway. Lots of that money would be, spent on tiny homes for the poor to create a solid model for lobbying Congress and the state assembly and the government and the politicians to, pass my war on poverty plan. Okay, hire people to help me pressure, society to do it, to do the right thing, and so on and so forth. Okay, and sending money to underdeveloped nations to feed them and to feed the children and so on and so forth. And I do it in the most efficient way. I'd hire a bunch of people to do a thorough examination to see what they think it takes to get the job done and to proceed in the most logical and precise manner. I used the phrase righteous indignation 10 years ago. Okay, over 10 years ago in 2013, right? 11 years ago when I made my top martial arts challenge. It wasn't the first time I talked about being persecuted. I said I'm the top martial artist, and then I'm being persecuted for my political views is how I put it. And I cited the challenge. This is only a couple months after the challenge, right? So that was December 20, 2013. And this, February 23rd, I believe it was, 2014, was when I was thinking about quitting making videos. But almost immediately I started to continue making videos because my heart was with making videos. And I was being covertly drugged and fumed and poisoned. They're trying to get me on the psych meds. They're really trying to throw me off. I was on and off psych meds from the police and the state really cracking down on me. And everyone should know that psychiatry is a fraud and I'm in the right and I'm not crazy, right? And, I was also being covertly fumed and poisoned, and they're using technology on me. But my arguments are sound. When you look back at my video series, right, at times I get very angry or something, maybe aggressive, maybe say some things like, whoa, that's intense that he said that, right? But all of my arguments are sound. All that time, right, since 2009 when I first started making videos, everyone else's arguments are just controlled opposition or clear-cut oppressor arguments. Okay, that is very key. That is one of my core arguments. Okay, and I have things written down. I have copies of my videos. I have lots of proof, but it's not in the realm of possibility that they change all the evidence. But then I would say to them, then why am I living with my parents as a brain surgeon's son, okay, not trying to get money to get women, but trying to pursue righteousness to get women? So no matter how you slice it, it is clear that my argument has been moral precision, okay, my whole life. And you can see that back in my song that I made when I was 16 years old, which is like 1997 or something. It's a long time ago, right? It's 26 years ago. And I say they want to ball and ignore the deeper call. So 26 years ago I said that. 10 years ago I said I'm full of righteous indignation and it's not a mental illness. And you people have been twiddling your thumbs while they're pretending that righteous indignation in the top martial arts ever possible is magically a mental illness. And notice I was calling them out in that video. I said, hey, stop being cowards. Stop being liars like the devil. I was comparing them to the devil. Okay? He said, I'm overcoming you. I'm casting you down to the earth. Like the devil is cast down in Revelation. I said these things. So it is insane to miss that I'm right.